How in the heck is it going, everybody? Hope you enjoyed that little video teaser. That was one of the creatures of Africa that I was probably the most excited to see, and we got blessed to see it. There's not too many of them in the area we were in, but that was indeed a dung beetle rolling a pile of dung. But enough on that matter. Not going to ramble on too much right now. As like last episode, we'll kind of be jumping in and out, giving you a little bit of background on what's going on in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed part one. If you haven't checked it out, it's the video right before this one. But without any further ado, here is the video. I think I see him. Okay, so what you just saw was the evening of day two. Sat in the blind. We had what became my new favorite animal of South Africa, the red hartebeest, working their way down a hillside, like 600-700 yards out, slowly feeding their way right to us. They were at about 200 yards, and a mountain rebuck, which is a very rare animal, I guess, to see in the lower lands. They like to hang up in the hills and in the mountains and whatnot, hence the name mountain rebuck. Came in right to the bay pile, young one, so we weren't going to shoot that one. Awesome looking animal, though, but I guess as compared to all the other animals, they have incredible hearing. So they heard the old man Facebooking behind me in the blind, and he kind of ran off and started making this god-awful whistling sound, and that scared away the red hartebeest. So we decided with about 45 minutes left of light, we were going to come out of the blind, move down the valley, and we were chasing, just a dandy impala. Right before we were about to get in range, here comes these blackback jackals, which are essentially African coyotes, and chased off the impala. So the guy goes, okay, we're going to go over here. We're going to try and shoot these things. I'm going to make these wildly crazy noises with my mouth. Kind of terrifying to say the least, but didn't get a shot at the jackals, but it was still a cool experience. They kind of bob in. I mean, you can't tell the GoPro, but they kind of bob in and bob out of the trees, and tough animals. If you were actually targeting them, though, that would definitely be a blast. But let's roll into day three. Alrighty, well, we're on day three, morning of day three. Got a wildebeest, big one, right over here. Thinking day three is the day. So this is when old Scotty boy started to get a little discouraged, I guess would be the best way to put it. This was like our fifth stalk in 3 days, and closest we got to a wildebeest was like 100 yards. And he was up in some thick bushes. I mean, there were some I was just for practice looking at through the scope at like 200, 250 yards, and they're out in the wide open. I could see him plain as day. Put the crosshairs right on the shoulder. beautiful. But for whatever reason, I mean, you could tell I was getting kind of excited in the spur of the moment. I mean, he's standing broadside right in between two big bushes, but just could not get the crosshairs on him. And as soon as I did, I'm kind of looking, I'm like, yeah, you know, not a very good shot. Didn't want to take it, and luckily he ran away, so I wasn't, you know, tempted to take the shot. But might as well just keep going with the video.
Let's just take a small walk.
Okay.
Well, we're about an hour in our stock on a red hartebeest, a couple of red hartebeest. And over here, we got a springbuck over here. Just had some impala real close. Got me a nice little rocker glider. Really hoping we can get one of these red hartebeest. Even if that's the only animal we get, that's okay. Definitely the coolest one I've seen.
So day 3 ended. We had a little bit of crusty footage. We had one okay shot at like 80 yards at a just dandy springbuck. Unfortunately, with my eyesight, it's like the first half hour 40. If you ever duck hunt with me, you know this. First half hour 45 minutes after light, and the first half hour 45 minutes before dark. Done. These peepers are not peeping anymore. It's just all bad news. And unfortunately, I could make out the animal with the naked eye, but looking through the scope, I could see the animal, but I'm not going to make a shot that I don't feel comfortable with. And that's when it got really emotional. You know, I had a little breakdown. I'm like, I'm never going to kill an animal again, yada, yada, if I can't shoot an animal at 20 yards. Yada. So then we roll into day 4, and as you just heard Johan, our guide, say, let's take a short walk. Well, that short walk turned into about 7 hours, probably like, I don't know, multiple miles. And the best part was there was this one valley with two pieces of good cover up on either ridge. And we were chasing animals back and forth. They'd go to one side of the valley. We'd turn around, you know, go down and up. Sit over here. They'd go back over here. We'd go down and up. And we must have done that 6, 7 times in a row. But eventually we found a great piece of cover way up on a ridge overlooking probably 500 animals. We had zebras. We had impalas. We had blessbuck, springbuck, wildebeest, red hartebeest, black, blue wildebeest. All sorts of things in this valley. And it was just a matter of time because we were the closest bit of cover that we could have got to. It was a matter of time until letting, you know, one animal, make the mistake and walk a little too close. And the first animal of the trip went down day 4, dandy springbuck, one we've been chasing for a while. He was a big bully. He was chasing off all the other ones, but might as well just roll right into some killing action.
That doesn't matter. Let's go there. Thank you, Abu. Thank you.
Go, man. Very, very nice. He's still alive, so hold on to him, man.
Okay.
Picture. Yeah. You see, when let's people check your pics.
Will do. Well, first animal of the trip. Springbuck, first ever springbuck. Good one too. Little feller. Was worried about being able to shoot a wildebeest. That's about 10 times his size. Got this one, so I think we'll be okay. First animal of the trip, springbuck. Shot him probably 60 yards from up on the hill over here. Was kind of nervous about it. Was worried I wouldn't even be able to shoot a wildebeest at that distance, and shot this little feller. So I think we'll be okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess the tradition is if you shoot it, you gotta load it. So I guess I gotta put this heavy thing in the truck.
There's quite a bit of extra traditions when you shoot your first animal in Africa, but we're not going to put you through it.
I'm not eating any nuts.
Yeah.
Blood on my pants.
So this is when the whole demeanor of the trip just changed. I mean, I was jacked after this. About a 70, 80 yard shot on a springbuck facing away from me. And somebody with good eyesight with a 9-power scope, they can probably shoot, 200, 300 yards comfortably. For me, when I looked through that scope, and when you saw, is that him? Oh, no, that's the wrong. Oh, did one run behind him? That's because I'm looking at animals. I can't tell really horn size or things of that nature. I was just, and usually when I look through binoculars, because I have giant binoculars, I can zoom in, find the right animal, pick that area, look through the scope, boom. Forgot the freaking binoculars. So the whole plan here was just make sure we were shooting the right animal. There was like 15, 20 springbucks down there. And probably the funniest part about this harvest was the male was just going back and forth, chasing females, chasing smaller males off. Sometimes he'd be at 50 yards, and all of a sudden he'd be at 300 yards. Then he'd be at 150, then he'd be at 200, then he'd be at 20, and he'd just all over the place. And eventually he gets within range, well separated from the rest of the group, because we were kind of worried about shooting more than one animal at a time. So our guy goes, all right, he's taking a crap, shoot him. And I always joke with people that I do 75% of my job from the toilet, which isn't true. It's probably more like 50% of my job from the toilet. So I have a ritual in the morning. So there was no way in heck I was going to kill an animal while I was taking a crap. So waited till he was all done, stood back up, shot him in the back. Might get some controversy from that. Clean shot, dropped him right in his tracks. No meat ruined, which is nice. And unfortunately, we don't get to bring the meat back anyways. And this will be all touched on in upcoming videos and in our book and everything. But the landowner has a meat pie factory. So the majority of the meat that gets killed on his property goes into meat pies and goes back into the African economy, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Now we have to roll into our next kill. Shot our second animal late in the morning of day 5, our last day. Yes, it was a female blessed buck. A lot of guys, the quote-unquote trophy hunters only go for males. Me, I was just going for one, for the experience, learning experience, and 2, to bring something back to learn from this experience. And it started to get personal with me and the blessed buck women. We weren't able, if there was a male in a group of blessed buck, we were not able to get within 300 freaking yards of these animals. And we almost took the same route, kind of through the gate, up into a valley and up and around to go up into the hills. Must have taken that route 5, 6 times throughout this trip. And every single freaking time, we would drive by anywhere from 20 to 60 yards away from this group of old, mature female blessed buck. And I was like, oh, the first couple days, yeah, that's really cool. They don't really seem to be bothered by us. That's pretty cool. Later in the trip, I'm like, yeah, you guys suck. You guys really kind of suck. Later in the trip, I'm like, okay, if I see you again, we're going to do something about this. And Yes, I did shoot this animal out of the truck. That is a pretty common thing to do in Africa. Completely legal. Definitely know I'm going to get some criticism on that. Can't wait for it. But as you will see, even shooting an animal from the back of the truck is not that easy in Africa. So might as well get right into that, and we'll wrap this up at the end.
Might be able to get her if she comes to the right of that tree.
Yeah. Yeah, she can go right now. It's still fine.
She knows I'm looking at her ass.
Yeah.
That's not her in the open, is it?
No, she's still here at that small little tree behind it.
It's getting personal. And there she goes behind the tree.
Yeah. Alright, let's go push a little bit forward.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Alright, here goes nothing. How's she facing? Not completely broadside, is she?
No, she's not. She asks a bit to our side.
There it is now.
Yeah, you can shoot. Rock.
Yeah.
That was a mess, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's right. Before.
Good job.
Oh, I got it?
You got it?
Oh, alright, cool.
Congratulations.
Cool.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well, I'm a pretty confident guy, you know. But needless to say, both animals that we killed, by the grace of God, were incredible shots. But due to these bad peepers here, deep in my heart, I believed that for sure both animals clean miss. Springbuck dead in his tracks. Blessbuck jumped, I swear to God, like 10 feet in the air, made it like 5 yards and dropped. But as you just saw, oh, you know, hey, I missed. Like, oh, you got it. I'm like, what the heck you mean? I got it? All right, cool. But let's get right back into it.
Thanks for being patient with me, boys. But you've never seen Helen Keller shoot an animal before. Really? Huh.
But blood back.
Yeah. There it is.
Good blood trail. Yeah, no, she.
I could have tracked that one. Where'd you hit him?
A little bit low, but
That's where it came out. Right?
yeah.
Is that male? Female. Now, what's the difference?
Males is just thicker. The
Oh.
horns is just thicker.
How much?
Like this one is like this. The male is about like that.
Okay.
Is this an older female you said?
Yeah, this is an old female. No, this is a very old female.
So I'm good to take her out of the herd.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. A little bigger than the springbuck.
Yeah.
Not really lengthwise, but
But a little bit
Yeah.
more stocky. Yeah. Yeah, she's getting a little skinnier, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a very old female. What do you know?
What a blood trail. I don't know.
We're... Alright, well, let's take some pictures.
yes.
All right, everybody. Well, if you made it this far, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching this video. This is wrapping up now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in that comment section. If you want to be a negative Nancy, you can do it down in that comment section. If not, send us an email, send us a message on Instagram. There's no reason to get the whole community involved. If you have something against this video, I would love to, you know, at least share our opinion, hear your opinion, and kind of just try to work it out without 25 other people jumping in and things getting a little bit out of control. But I think I have everything that I need to finish our book called The Ethical Outdoorsman. And the majority of it was kind of, inspired by the whole Cecil the Lion debate. So there's quite a bit in this book that is about trophy hunting in Africa. And did quite a bit of research, watched a lot of documentaries, talked to a few people that had been there, and I still just didn't feel confident enough to have a full grasp on it. So when this trip landed in our lap, thank you to Tammy Veach with Legacy for Kids Foundation for making this happen for us. When I found out we had the chance to go to Africa, I kind of figured that would give me, the full perspective on the whole trophy hunting debacle in Africa. So, needless to say, we've already been cracking away at the book. Well, not really with I don't type. I talk into my computer and it records everything, which is pretty nice for the blind people, but pretty stoked. I shot 2 shells and I killed 2 animals. None of them suffered, so that was good. Next year when I go back, I'm going to be buying a new scope, probably a new rifle too, something in the high 20 low. I'm going to get a sniper scope. Somebody probably uses it to shoot like 2 miles. I'm going to get that to shoot like 200 yards. But this blind bugger will be back in Africa, to say the least. But thank you once again for watching this video. Huge thank you to Johan and his 2 sons with Savannah Hunting Safaris. Check them out on Facebook or just give us a call. We are now a booking agent for him. And most booking agents, they take a 10% commission on top of the hunt. What we're going to do is, if any of you guys want to go to Africa, we're going to take that 10% commission and we're going to donate it right back to Hunters for Life to taking more people out. So just let us know if you want to go to Africa. But thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. As always, happy adventures.